stays with you for the rest of the game. Okay, now it's boss time. The bad thing about some of the bosses in this game is if they get down to the bottom of the screen, you can't kill them. And I don't think you can run into them. It's like they explode, but because your shot didn't take them out, they just sit there forever and the game freezes. It's so annoying when that happens. Hopefully that doesn't happen on us here. Because, I mean, I know what causes it, and I'm going to do my best to keep it from happening. Well, it's not going to happen if I keep dying there. Yeah, it's only the bosses that are in rooms like that where it ever happens. And there's not too many of those in the whole game. And as you can see on the map, we're not far from the end. Let's see here. But yeah, the arcade game that this is based on, which is called TNK3 in the US and Tank in Japan, uses the same loop lever that was used in Ikari Warriors. That was actually the first game to ever use that control. Let's use rapid fire. We cannot let him get to the bottom, whatever we do. As long as that doesn't happen, we're good. And I think we just ran out of our rapid fire. Oh no! See that? That just hung the game up right there. You know what? Sorry about this, folks. What I'm gonna do, I'm going to get the password the last password that we got. Kid Icarus is good. Kid Icarus is a good game. I'm sorry about this, folks, but I'm going to have to reset it because it's not going to let me go back far enough to get that password. Just got the cart not too long ago. I know nothing about it. Well, I've beaten that one. I can help with that one. It's that is a really good game. And I got introduced to that one through Captain and the Game Master, along with a number of other games. But yeah, it's like you got as far as the hardware goes, it uses a lot of the same hardware as Metroid, but the levels have different scrolling. Like you got a couple of levels that are vertical scrolling, and some of them are sideways scrolling. And then you've also got some labyrinths to go through. There's 3 labyrinths in the game, and then the final level is a flying level, and you fly all the way to the final boss, which is Medusa. I'm not the best at it, but I think I did beat it one time with no deaths. I've tried to do it since then, and I haven't been able to do it again. I hate that the game locked up. Ask if it was a cryptic type game, as far as where you go. The only thing that's cryptic at all is the labyrinths. You know, finding your way through those is always takes a bit of searching. But other than that, one reason I have kind of stayed away from Blaster Master. Well, other than the labyrinths, there's really no question at all what direction you're supposed to go. The game never really leaves you in the dark about that, which is nice. And this thing right here is called a think tank. Ow, quit it. Kaboom! But yeah, it's like the vertical scrolling levels, all you have to do is keep going up. The horizontal scrolling levels, just keep going to the right. And the game never really leaves you in the dark about which direction you're supposed to go. Yeah. The only cryptic thing at all is, like I said, when you go through the labyrinths. And those you always just have to navigate a maze no matter what game it is. Other than that, it's a very straightforward type of game. Although I will tell you this, you'll want to try to score as many points as you can, because when you get to the end of a stage, it will tally up your points, and when you reach a certain score, now you have to reach the end of the level too. You know, it doesn't just happen when you get the score. You have to reach the end of the level and your score get to the benchmark, but you'll get health increases that way. Health increases, and also increases on the strength of your arrows. They're both determined by your score. But yeah, once you dig into that one, I'm definitely down for helping you through it. So, okay, what do we got here? Talk to me, man. Snake. Found the train firing bullets by radar. Be careful. So, the character who's driving the tank in this game, at least in the arcade game, is said to be Ralph from Ikari Warriors. So this is actually kind of the first Ikari Warriors game. At least the arcade version was. And I don't know how you guys feel about Ikari Warriors. I've always been big on that game. Although I like the arcade version a lot better than the NES version. The NES version's gameplay is just a bit too sluggish, but the arcade just seems to get everything right. Okay. Stay on the railroad. Go straight through the town. The enemy train is there. Gotcha, dude. And the rest of these guys just go, thanks. You think they'd be a bit more grateful because they're trapped in a war zone and somebody's just gotten them out. But whatever. So, one rule to keep in mind with this game, you actually want to run over the enemy soldiers instead of shooting them. Because if you do that, you actually get back some health. Not sure why that is, I just know it's something that happens. Okay, you just repeated yourself there, Bones. Just saying. Or whatever code name you're going by this. What the heck was that? What did we get hit by that did so much damage? So we don't have reserve fuel yet, but I think that was our first death right there. Great, we got to go through this again. Then again, we've got a decent amount of power-ups. Next time, I'm going to actually write down our passwords, so we don't have a repeat of that boss just going straight to the bottom and glitching out. It's like if you don't destroy it in a certain amount of time, you are screwed. I guess from now on, what I'm going to have to do is equip every power up at once and just lay into the boss. Because you can equip multiple power ups at once. Heck, you could equip them all at one time if you want, which gives you ridiculous firepower. It's like you got explosives, armor piercing. That must have been what happened. We must have gotten shot by that tank multiple times. Okay, so armor piercing is the only thing we're not full on right now. Oh, we gotta fight that thing. Ah. I was trying to adjust my aim so we could fire into the tank. Oh, that's awesome. That sounds great. Sounds delicious, as a matter of fact. Yeah, so, had one hot out of the oven. Oh my gosh. Man, you're making my mouth water, Yeti. You are making my mouth water. So, for those I didn't get to talk with yesterday, yesterday was an interesting day. I went over to the GameStop where I usually do my business, and there were like 7 people camped out front, all waiting for the Xbox Series X, and they were all wanting the X rather than the S, and unfortunately, we found out that, I was hoping to destroy that thing without using any password or any, we'll be good for a while. I was hoping to not have to use any power-ups, but it looks like we may have to. But yeah, so all the X models were spoken for, basically. Okay, so the GameStop that's closest to my work got 8 Xbox systems allocated. That's between the X and the S. 8 was all they got, like 8 total. Not sure how many were X and how many were S. But I had been told they only got 5. But the clerk told me today they had actually gotten 8. And then the one that I usually do business at, they had gotten 9. Well, as luck would have it, there's a mall right across the street from the GameStop I usually go to. And the mall has a GameStop. Well, the mall GameStop got 10 of the new Xbox. So knee-deep in retro games in the stream, I have no time for modern games. I will get a next-gen console, though, probably when they've been out for a year or so. That's probably for the best. But the good news is, when I got there, there were only 5 people in line for the new Xbox. And they got 8 of the X, which is the one that has the disc drive. So I was able to get one there. I wanted the one with the disc drive, not just because of the disc drive, but it's also the better performing system. Like the one that's digital only, the Series S, cannot do 4K gaming. The one with the disc drive can do that, and it's actually equipped for 8K gaming whenever 8K TVs are available, which which they're not right now, but whenever they are, that system's ready for the long haul. They sure do. They've got one that's digital only, and it's only $300, which that's cheap for a modern console. Yeah, I found it too, and I put it in the scrap heap. I don't know why you're still talking about it when I destroyed the friggin' thing, but whatever. But yeah, nobody really wanted the digital only version. Practically everybody I saw wanted the disc version. Games, movies, etc. But I guess that's the times. Physical media gonna be totally dead soon. Yeah, unfortunately so. But I don't know if you guys heard this, but Microsoft, it turns out, has bought Bethesda, which means the next Elder Scrolls game could be Xbox exclusive. If they do put it out on other consoles, Microsoft can take a cut of the sales. And so people are going, all right, Sony, what's your move going to be now? Oh, wow. I don't like that we ran into that tank. Yeah, they sure did. It was huge news. The PlayStation fanboys were just going crazy over it when it happened. Yeah. So what's going to happen is Microsoft could greenlight a port of Elder Scrolls and any other Bethesda games on the PlayStation, but not necessarily. They could allow them to come onto the PlayStation, but if that happens, that means Microsoft gets a cut of the sales. So either way, that's going to be more green for them. But yeah, it was a huge move on their part. They spent $7.5 billion buying out Bethesda like that. Okay, this is a backup unit. Find the target, destroy it. Enemies' long-range bullets are awesome. Allies are destroyed. But yeah, it was blowing up all over the internet when it happened. Basically there were a lot of Sony fanboys that were up in arms. I mean, I'm more a PlayStation guy myself, but I wouldn't consider myself a fanboy because I did want both consoles, to be honest. But I wasn't able to get the PS5 in time. But I wanted the Xbox more anyway, mainly because it's the more powerful system and seemed like it had more to offer. Especially with the backwards compatibility. Needs to get Rockstar exclusive rights. Now, if they were to do that, that would be a good move on their part. But time will tell what they're going to do in response. There you go, talking about the friggin' train again. Do you realize you're sounding like a broken record at this point, dude? Do you realize this? I mean, I'm just trying to be your friend here. I just want to make sure you understand this. SNES bangers and Double Dragon 2, heck yeah. Yeah. And, one guy was talking about the fiasco when the Switch was released, and I said, well, I got my Switch on release date, so I kind of missed all that backlash. So we went a route that I probably didn't want to go, because I want to be able to get that reserve fuel. Reserve fuel is a big difference maker. And unfortunately, it's going to be a while before we can even get it. Donkey Kong Country. Yeah, that's what I meant. If I said Double Dragon 2, then I'm sorry because I didn't mean to say that. I meant to say Donkey Kong Country 2. But yeah, there were... Hello! There's our reserve fuel, folks. Ah, crap. We should be able to just sit here and... There we go. But yeah, once you get that reserve fuel, it never leaves you. Yeah, that reserve fuel is like... It's pretty OP. Because, yeah, once you run out of fuel... Okay... Look out ahead. There is the long-range firing bullet. Destroyed immediately. The safety of the backup unit is your goal. It's like once you're about to die, it gives you back all your health. And then once you do die, you get it again for the next life. Okay, we got that turret. And now we gotta destroy that, that red sensor in the middle of the two guns. In order to go forward. Cool! Okay. Alright, talk to me, Goose. The landing was a success. We'll start the next operation now. Thank you, Snake. We avoided total wipeout. And no, we're not Solid Snake in this game. His codename is Iron Snake. Just in case anybody wondered. But it's always got to be something Snake, doesn't it? Escape from New York must have gotten that started. Oh. Alright, talk to me, Goose. Additional orders. New contact named Ichiban. That's quite a claim. He's calling himself number one. But yeah, you've got several different routes you can take to the end, which I think is cool with this game. But yeah, once you keep that one boss from making it to the bottom, I say you're in good position. I will help you get into the enemy's base and destroy their secret weapons. Alright, cool. Those mines, by the way, those are insta-kill. So stay away from them at all costs. And that question mark power-up, that's a smart bomb of sorts. Snake, watch out. Use radar. Gigantic enemy objects up ahead. Alright, thanks for the warning. And here it comes. Think tank number 2. Good lord, son. Ha! That didn't take long at all. Then again, we literally put everything we had into those shots. At least we've still got a decent amount of each power-up left. Ooh! Look at that! More of the question mark. I still say the best pickup is the reserve fuel, even more so than the question mark. Let's see. Donkey Kong Country and Super Castlevania 4 had the best soundtracks in my opinion. Those are great. But I'll tell you another game that had a kickin' soundtrack, and that's Super Turrican. I can't wait for the Turrican series to come out on PS4. I've already got a copy of it reserved. Found enemy secret base by radar. Alrighty, cool. In the meantime, I will take that question mark. But yeah, Super Turrican. Listen to the song in the first level, and you will go, "Oh my gosh, this game's gonna be amazing." I'll put it this way: GamePro back in the day, they graded games based on 5 categories, and everything but the difficulty they rated on a scale of 1 to 5. The other categories are graphics, sound, play control, and theme and fun. For every single one of those categories, Super Turrican got a 5 out of 5. If that tells you anything. Which that should tell you a lot. Let's see here. We're going to want to use long range. Alright, cool. We'll use explosive too. Cool. 3 shots is all it takes. Well, guess we need to get just a little closer. Please don't let there be a big gun up there. Good, there's not. Come on, let us in! That makes me mad. But that's okay. We'll lick it this time. Okay, still not hurting too much on explosives or long range. That was my big worry. I'm still not sure where they got B as the representative of explosives, but that's been the explosives pickup ever since Akari Warriors. Okay. Oh. Cool. Nice. Alright, I'm taking care of you bozos first. Well, looks like we can't for a while. We don't want to use up all our power-ups. As long as we don't, we're good. Now, just let us in there. That's all I want. This game is such an app. I was just about to turn on my reserve fuel, and look what they do. Oh my gosh. Okay, maybe this time it's time I started using armor piercing instead of explosive. Because at least we can get that back. We can't really get any more explosive right now. Alright, one more. Boom. Okay, this time we're turning on reserve fuel and armor piercing. This is making me nervous. Two, three, four, five. What? That should have destroyed it. Gotcha! Now we get through. Okay, our long range and explosive ain't the best. But we'll make it through. Okay, that's rapid fire right there. And it looks like this is the only way we can go because the rest of them are blocked off by mines. It's okay. We got that reserve fuel. That's all that matters right now. That's right. This crown is with me until the day it can no longer be worn. I'm just happy I still had it after all this time. Like I said, I originally found it back in 2009. You know, when I mentioned it to Yeti here, I thought I still had it, but I wasn't 100% sure. And I was so happy when I found out I did still have it. Oh, this thing. Okay, let's put everything on here. Kaboom! Yeah, they don't make them like this anymore. I mean, the newer ones are kind of more similar to the older style than the ones that came out in, say, 2011, I think. We now occupy the station. Moving on to next operation. Okay, cool. So we got 3 ways we can go with this. Yeah, this definitely was not the same route we went on last time. TNK3 is a lot more straightforward. It's like you go through the same levels every time. There's not branching paths that all lead to the same objective. I like this game better because of that. Okay. Airport, City, Lake. Let's go to the airport. Now notice we're not seeing a whole crap ton of bombers in this route like we were last time. Unit calling. We are being attacked from a bomber. Iron Snake. Get to the enemy's air force and turn it to rubble. Alrighty then. That's a can do. Although I would like to have some more explosives. Ow, quit it. But yeah, I've got some crowns from like closer to modern times, and like 1 or 2 from like one from like 2011. I like the newer crowns better than the 2011 one. It just deviated too much. Reminds me of a more polished Jackal. Yeah, I can see that. Now, see, this game actually, well, the game it's based on came out before Jackal. Jackal came out in 1986. This one is based on an arcade game that came out in 85. And the arcade game was actually the first of SNK's games to use a loop lever control. The loop lever is what the joystick is called that's used in Ikari Warriors, where you twist the top of it to switch your character's aim. The arcade game TNK3 used that, and you would rotate the turret on the tank with it. But Ikari Warriors was the first game I ever saw and played that used that. I still remember the first time I ever saw Ikari Warriors in arcade form. I just thought it was the greatest thing I'd ever seen. A game had never captivated me with its music before. That game was the first game that ever did that for me. And I liked the shooting and overall war aspect of the game too. But Ikari Warriors is a game you have to be strategic about when you fire, because unlike a lot of other run and gun games, you can run out of ammo for your machine gun. And if that happens, you either rely on your grenades, or if you're out of grenades, you are completely defenseless. I can't think of too many other run and gun games where you can be rendered completely defenseless. So we were definitely here before. Now that's cool that we can actually get in the middle here and avoid being hit. Ralph and Clark became combatants. Yes, that's very true. It's funny. Speaking of Ralph and Clark, Ralph from Ikari Warriors is said to be the driver of the tank in TNK3, which is the game this is based on. Now, this game right here, the instruction book says it takes place during the invasion of Normandy in World War II. The game doesn't go in super detail into the invasion of Normandy, but the full title, according to the cartridge label, is Iron Tank: The Invasion of Normandy. And in the instruction book, it tells a little bit about the invasion and whatnot, but it doesn't go into big detail. No. Ralph is the driver of the tank. At the time, Clark wasn't really around yet. But I don't. They give the driver of the tank in this game the code name Iron Snake. I know, right? Kind of makes you wonder, when Ikari Warriors was supposed to have happened. Okay, I'm getting a little nervous here. Nah. I think we'll go on into this room and take a death. Well, if it was Hydern, their commander in KOF, it'd make more sense. He's an old guy. Yeah, you got a point there. But no, they flat out say, I think that they flat out say it is Ralph or Paul, depending on which region you were in. Because don't forget, back in, really? It's going to make us go through that again. Okay. That's the way they want to play. I'm getting the reserve fuel out. But then KOF might take place in the past like Street Fighter does. I know Street Fighter 2 is in the like 70s and Street Fighter 1. Actually, no, it's not. Street Fighter is modern times, which for the first game would be 87. And then the second game, I think it was revised to say 93 or 94 when Super Street Fighter 2 came out. And I say that because on the arcade cabinet, they describe Cammy as being 19 years old. Well, her birth date on her profile is January 6th, 1974. So it would have to be 93 for her to be 19 in the game. Okay, let's answer that codec call. Or transceiver call, as they call it here. The bombs have stopped. Cannot find your position. Radar is blocked. Snake, stay alive. Go for it. It's weird, because before it was in the 60s and... You may be thinking of Art of Fighting, because Art of Fighting does take place in the 70s. Street Fighter takes place in modern times. And see, I kind of wondered how we went from talking about an SNK franchise to a Capcom one. Art of Fighting, though, is an SNK series. And it is part of the King of Fighters universe. But see, King of Fighters doesn't really go by any series continuity. It has its own continuity. It just... King of Fighters just marches to the beat of its own drum, pretty much. Okay. Good. Yeah, King of Fighters' own universe. Art of Fighting and Fatal Fury. Yeah, they're the same universe, just different decades. Because I initially understood the first Art of Fighting to take place in around 79 or so, and I understood Art of Fighting 2 to take place in 1981. But I've since heard that it was actually 79 when Art of Fighting 2 took place. We know it wasn't long after that that Geese Howard killed Jeff Bogard, which of course set the stage for the original Fatal Fury, which was the second King of Fighters tournament. The first King of Fighters tournament being Art of Fighting 2, which pretty much nobody can win, because that game's so frickin' mind-blowingly difficult. Yeah, Fatal Fury is modern times. And you can pretty much tell because Terry's birth date is 1971. March 15th, I think his birthday is, 71. And there's no way he could be 20 years old unless it's actually in the 90s. And that's about how old he's supposed to be in the first King of Fighters. Or not first King of Fighters, but first Fatal Fury. Speaking of Fatal Fury, for Fisticuffs Friday this week, we're going to be playing Real Bout Fatal Fury Special. I'm kind of sort of looking forward to that one because I think I've beaten that one on the Neo Geo CD before without continues. But I've never done that in the arcade version. And at first, I wasn't thinking that SNK would nerf the difficulty on their own console. Now I'm starting to think maybe they did. I guess we'll find out when we actually play it on Friday. Tomorrow's game is going to be the NES version of POW. I played Fatal Fury on SNK. Oh, you've got a day dedicated just to SNK? That's pretty cool. I used to have a day dedicated strictly to Mega Man. That was Mega Monday. Unfortunately, we've beaten all the Mega Man games that are currently available on PS4. So we're having to wait until I get the equipment to stream some of the other old school Mega Mans that weren't available or aren't available on this console. That's pretty cool though. That's a great concept. Yeah, my special days here are Throwback Thursday, which could be any retro game. Fisticuffs Friday, which is always either a fighter or a beat 'em up, and Shmup Saturday, which is always a shmup. And I'm thinking this Saturday, it doesn't look like my Darius collection is going to come in yet again. And I'm going to play a game for Shmup Saturday that I have absolutely no experience with. It's called Gemini Wing, and it's a game that Tecmo put out. I'd heard of Gemini Wing, I've just never played it myself. But it looks like a really good game, and I'm looking forward to getting into the meat and potatoes of it. Oh boy. Okay. I don't want to use a lot of long range, but we might need to here. Okay. Oh! So we don't actually have to shoot 'em ups, but haven't played any in a long time. Man, I know all about that. And a day like this is something I wish I'd started a long time ago. Ooh! Do you see what I see? Man, oh man, do we need those. I'm taking a death here. Because we will need some more of those power-ups to beat the boss coming up. It's like the boss isn't going to be all that hard, I don't think. It's just a matter you got to destroy it quick to make sure that it doesn't get to the bottom. But I'm liking this. We can pretty much replenish just about all our power-ups here, which is a great thing to see. Well, all except maybe long range. But everything else... Well, armor piercing and explosive, definitely. Let's see. I'm feeling froggy. Alright, we gotta kill this thing and kill it quick. Got it! Now we've got nothing to worry about. Except this area. And the worst part about an area like this is there's gonna be, yeah, submarines. But those can be handled. And we've got our reserve fuel still active too. Nice. Let's see. So We're low on our explosives. How we doing on... Okay, yeah, we can still handle getting more armor piercing. So let's pick those up. Ha ha! Or excuse me, let me break out my Nelson laugh for that one. Ooh, we got a couple of people here. Okay, he just said thanks. What's this guy gonna say? Same thing. Thank goodness those torpedoes eventually stop homing in on you. That is definitely a plus. Because they hit pretty hard. Give me that. And give me that. Let's see. Good, we still have our reserve fuel. We are gaining some ground here, folks. We are definitely gaining some ground here. Okay, can't go that way. That's a dead end. Putting tanks in front of me where I can't see them, that's a paddling. All right. Let's get that reserve fuel. Ha! That one drove over water. Driving over water without a license? Oh, you bet that's a paddling. All right, cool. Oh. Great. I did not want to use that up right there. Okay, we've got full armor piercing. Ah! And our armor just got pierced. But that's okay. Because we've got our reserve fuel still. And really the only thing we're low on is explosives. Wait a minute. Is it just me, or did it catapult us quite a distance through? I will take it. We don't have to go through all those subs anymore. Mighty sporting of the game. Okay, this one we won't need to use any power-ups on. Okay, good. We were destroying them so quick, I thought maybe we had some power-ups equipped. Doesn't look like we do, though. Now we just have to fire some rounds straight into that red sensor between the guns. And then once we destroy that, we move on through. Like so. Okay. Now this area looks familiar. Okay. I know what this area is like. We were definitely here before. Okay, with that being the last one left. Huh. We'll just go ahead and destroy that with regular cannon fire. Hello. But let's wait to pick that up until we've blown all that up. Cool. Now we'll get the reserve fuel. And now the question mark. Gotcha! And we are back to full on our question mark. Let's see. Wow! Looky what we just picked up. I don't want to get out of here just yet. I want some more explosives. It's alright. We ain't getting out of here until we fill up on explosive. Because we will need that later on. Slowly but surely, we will get that back. Now we can go ahead and use question mark. Alright, cool. Kablammo! Okay. I had to check to see whether or not it unequipped our question mark or not. Okay. We're halfway on our explosive. Yeah, once we fill our explosives up, we will move forward. And this game is going down. Oops. Didn't mean to shoot him. Wait for it. Boom! That tank came onto the screen and just ate question mark without even knowing it. Boom! Give me that reserve fuel. Now give me that super bomb. And give me that. 2 more pickups and we should fill up on it. So we won't be seeing this endless loop too much longer. Once we have full explosives, I'll feel confident about moving on, because I think we may run into another one of those bosses that could potentially hang the game up. And I'm wanting to keep that from happening. Alright, come on back over. I got a shell with your name on it. And I ain't talking the seashells that she sells by the seashore. Kind of, it's not exactly how that tongue twister goes, but put my own little spin on it there. Yeah, one more of those explosives pickups and we will fill up on it. And then at that point, we will move on from here. I swear, running those soldiers over, there's just something about it. And Kablamo! Now, like I said earlier, that question mark will take out a lot of the bosses, but it gives me more of a sense of accomplishment when I take them out without it. You know what I mean? Alright. Give me that fuel. So nice how that gives you full fuel as well as your reserve. Okay, we got that. Now here in a moment. Did that fill us up? Yes, it did. Wait for it. There we go. Now we will pick up that other question mark. Well, there's no more question mark there, but we ought to go ahead and use it anyway. Because if we don't, that ship's going to be kind of difficult to get past. Looks like we got to use it again. And we are low on question mark. But that's okay. Because we're pretty used to not using it on the bosses. Oops. If we'd have run that soldier over, we could have gotten some health out of him. Oh, I remember fighting that boat. Okay, let's substitute the explosive for armor piercing. So I don't want to use up all our explosive. It seems to me like the armor piercing's a little more plentiful than the explosive. And goodbye, boat. And this is where our boss should be. Well, I'll take that. Alright, talk to me, Goose. Surrender immediately. No way you can win. Drop all arms and weapons. Otherwise, we wipe you out. Really? Do you not see how freaking armed we are? And you're saying we don't stand a chance? Alright, buddy. Believe what you want. But it's not going to change the truth. And the truth is... The truth is, you're history. Oh, wow. I can't believe that other shot didn't hit us. I'll take it, definitely. We're full on explosives. So those shots we're seeing, those are from the turret we were sent to destroy. Earlier in the game, you saw a shot come out. That was just to show you... The turret shots, I don't think, can destroy you. They're just there to show you how devastating this cannon is and how far it can fire. Come on. Do you not fire in a pattern? Okay. Well, we found a pattern we could exploit. Well. Let's see. Okay, we got rid of those turrets. Okay, we do not have reserve fuel equipped. Let's equip that now. You're pretty brave fighting somebody in a tank with a little pea shooter like that. Wait for it. Gotcha! Okay. Oh, this is going to be tough. And if you notice our map, we're right there at the end. So you can see this is the final fortress that we are in right now. Oh, one more hit and we got him. Come on. Adjust yourself so we can blast you. Cool. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh. That's okay. Let's see. Yeah, we're right up there at the fortress. Full of everything except armor piercing and BS. The latter the enemy is full of because it thinks it's gonna win. Armor piercing, we're gonna need that. Alright, cool. Wait a minute. The hardest part here is dealing with the trains as they come by. Not even so much any of the tanks, it's more the trains. I'm still here, by the way, just watching while I work on something. Oh, okay. It's all good. I appreciate that you're here at all. Just wanted to let you know I always appreciate it when everybody's here, whether or not you're chatting the whole time or not. That's uh-oh. Yeah, I understand completely. I appreciate your being here nonetheless. Okay. Those are one-shot tanks. So let's go ahead and one-shot them without any power-ups. Oh, jeez. Cool. I didn't really have time to switch off the power up there. Whew. Slowly but surely, we're making our way through this thing. Huh! Looks like it put us right back where we died there. That's pretty freaking sweet. At this rate, it won't be long. Oh, frick. Gotcha. No, I'm gonna have to take that one out. There's no passing that one up. Wait for it. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, we've got reserve fuel equipped. And now it has been used. Oh, guess what, folks? It's time! The final bosses are right inside there. I knew that was going to happen. But hopefully we got a little closer to our objective there. But that's where we got to get into. Oh. No, it looks like this is as close as we're going to get. But that's okay. All right. Now we'll just roll past it. I don't know. Holy crap. Too many mines. Ooh, gimme, gimme, gimme. Uh-uh. There we go. Cool. Ow, quit it. Yeah, we're gonna need to destroy that turret. Cool. Uh-oh. Gotcha. That one's down. This isn't good. Yeah, that's what I should have been doing all along. Okay. And our reserve fuel is gone. Hopefully it won't start us back out here if we die. Oh! Uh-oh. That's one. That's two. One more. Oh no. That's it! We did it! Thanks for the GG. In 1945, enemies of the United Forces signed the document of surrender. Thanks for the GG, espionage. Hey, Infinite Kitty, how's it going? Thanks for the GG. Yes, it does call for a swig from the RC bottle. Before we call it a night, why don't we check out the arcade version that this game is based on? Yeah, I didn't want to use the question mark power up, but we pretty much didn't have a choice at that point. But yeah, that's as close as it gets to United Forces. I'm thinking it's calling the Axis the United Forces there, but you know, SNK was always very vague with a lot of their war games. All right. So here's what TNK3 is like. As you can see, it's called Tank in Japan. But yeah, like I said, this was the first game to ever use a loop lever. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I see it now. Okay, so it uses the right stick to aim the turret. That's different from how Ikari Warriors controls in this. Let's see. Okay, good. This is TNK3. This is the arcade game that Iron Tank, which we were just playing, is based on. We just finished Iron Tank, if you missed it. And I thought it would be cool if we, before we finish for tonight, we've still got a little bit of time, but I really wanted to play this for everybody so you could see the game that this is based on. This game right here was the first game to ever use a loop lever. And the Galloping Ghost Arcade got this game about a couple of years ago, and it's pretty popular there. A friend of mine named Sean Quigley, who just passed away last year, he was a big fan of this game. So this is one of those games that I will find myself playing whenever I go there, just so I can think of him while I play it. That's okay. The VOD's gonna still be up there. I might actually save that one as a highlight. Like I said, I've played this one on stream before, but I never really saved it before. I might do that this time. So, the way the Ikari Warriors games play on this is it uses the circle and square buttons to rotate the loop lever. But in this one, it does it more like it uses the right analog stick to rotate the turret, which is probably the best way you can try to replicate something like the loop lever. Well, we're not out of the woods yet, folks, but we almost are. We're coming up to the lake. Oh, I see why we were able to fire rapidly there. It's because we had all the V power-ups. And here we are at the lake. So, which one do you guys think is better, this one or the Iron Tank that we just played? To be honest, I'm usually more of an arcade than a console fan, but I honestly like Iron Tank better than this game. That's just me, though. I mean, I like both of them, but I do like Iron Tank better. It just feels like there's more to it. Yeah, it does look clean, yeah. It just... I guess it's because there's more depth to the NES version, and plus, like I said, it's got more paths you can go through to get to the end, which that's one thing I really do like about that game, and that's not really the case here. It's got a set path that you always traverse. You know, whereas in Iron Tank, you're not confined to going through even the same layout every single time. If we can make it to the statue, that would be awesome, but I have a feeling it's probably not going to happen. You owe me vitality, sir. And you do too. Ooh, we just got an extra life there. Nice. Always great to see those K's. You probably figured out what they stand for, but they stand for kill, as in kill everything on the screen. And we made it to the statue. I'm interested to see what this looks like. I don't think I've been this far before without continues. And dead. Cool. So, there's a game in this collection I'd like to touch on next. and it's considered. It could possibly see right here. It's showing you how the loop lever activates, because it's the first game that ever had a loop lever in it. But yeah, this next game I'm going to show you guys is considered by a lot of people to be the first game that had a continue feature. As you can see, it's called Vanguard. Pack up and head out of the office. I will catch you all next time. Good job crushing this game today. Thank you so much. And thanks for being here. I appreciate it so much. So this game right here, as you can see, you're flying through. It's hard to say what this is you're flying through, but you're able to fire in 4 different directions. Like you can fire behind you, in front of you, even upward and downward from your ship. But yeah, this game had early voice synthesis, as you could hear. It went, "Be careful." So now we're gonna be flying diagonal here. But yeah, this game had 4 buttons in the arcade, and 1 for each direction of fire. And yeah, I remember seeing this game as a kid, but I never got to play it. The only way I know for a fact I saw it as a kid is I remember the squares in the first area. Oh, good gosh. Good gosh. This is nuts. So, this game had a continue feature in it. And some people believe it may have been the first arcade game to allow you to do that. Others believe it may have been Bosconian, which was a game by Namco that came out the same year. But the continue feature, SNK was kind enough to give you instructions on how to continue if that's what you wanted to do, because it was such a unique feature. So it looks like we got to go down from here. So yeah, this game reminds me a lot of Scramble, but it's not Scramble. It's different. Oh, it would be so awesome if we won CC this tonight. I've actually never done that in this game. I've come close, but I've never actually done it. All right. We just got us an extra life, folks. Looks like, oh, Lord. So to those just tuning in, I know the chat says Iron Tank. We finished that just a little bit ago, and we're trying out another game on the collection. This one is called Vanguard. It's one of SNK's very earliest games, and it came out. I knew that was going to happen. Probably should have taken the high road here. Let's see. We're going to have to start going up here in a moment. Oh, wow. I've only been this far like 1, maybe 2 times tops. Oh. Rainbow Zone. Not exactly sure why it calls it that. But, next we'll go up, and I think there's a boss at the top. This is also one of the earliest games to ever include a boss battle. And yeah, this is all one level. But I think this is pretty much the whole game, too. Getting a little nervous here. What the heck was that? My ship moved on its own accord. And I don't know why that happened. This is making me a little nervous, folks. Because I think our next life is our last. Oh, I see what it is now. I see what it is now. That's a fuel meter. I don't know. What criteria you have to meet to keep from running out of fuel? But that's Vanguard. And it's going to pop up. Players can be allowed to start the game from the same zone, which is at the position of game over if player play again within 30 seconds. But for first pattern only. Yeah, see, that was a very new feature at the time. So before we call it a night, I'd like to show you guys at least one other game. This is a game that I started playing for a while, and it kind of grew on me. It's called Fantasy. This one also has some crude voice acting, and you'll notice it plays Funky Town during the game too, which is interesting.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
That scream. Yeah. So in this game you have no buttons, just a joystick.
Let's go.
So your first objective is to land on the deck of the pirate ship. And then you have to fight your way past some pirates to rescue your girl. Oh, I forgot about that gun turret.
Help me!
First thing you have to do is kill the pirates. And when you move left and right, you can swing your sword. You can't swing it moving up and down.
Help me!
Be patient, girl! Okay, once you get to her, she gets carried off again. I know, right? Well, this is 1981. Keep that in mind. Voice synthesis in video games was very, very new back then. Wait till you hear the voice that the gorilla makes. when the coconut falls on his head, oh my gosh. It's like, is that supposed to be a roar or what? Okay, listen again. So I think it's either 2,000 or 3,000 kilometers you have to make it to before the level ends. Rockola released this game in the US. They manufactured jukeboxes. I know, right? Okay, so we have to go to 3,000. This is a game that Galloping Ghost Arcade doesn't have yet, but I'd love to see them get it. I would play the heck out of it if they did. And once again, this is from 1982 or 1981, and you're able to continue if you want. I'm going to try that one again because, number one, I can get further. Number two, I want you guys to hear how they use Funky Town.
I'm fine, thank you.
Oh gosh. I have a few coin-op machines. I have a cocktail Budweiser tapper, and I also have a bar top Mega Touch 6 machine, and I also have a Little Caesars Brain Teaser, which is basically like a coin-operated Simon that was in Little Caesars restaurants, and you could win food if you scored high enough on it.
Let's go.
Yeah. The voices are so funny in this, but this game has really grown on me. And I hate that I've never seen it in an arcade cabinet. But yeah, I got my start. The first video games I ever played were arcade games. Because back when I was a kid, nobody in my family owned a gaming console. Nobody was even into video games until I came along. I was really the trailblazer in my family. I would suggest it. The thing is, you might only be able to get it digital. I know they have a physical version that's a collector's edition, but I'm not sure if they ever released it other than the collector's edition. And the collector's edition might be kind of pricey now. I don't know. I had the collector's edition for both the Switch and the PS4. The thing I think is a bit crazy is Funky Town coming up here. Well, no, it's the next level. This one's kind of a Donkey Kong knockoff. Donkey Kong came out the same year this came out, so it's hard to say if SNK intentionally ripped off Donkey Kong or not. I mean, maybe they did, but it's, like I said, it's kind of hard to judge because they came out the same year. But this is an easy level. You just get to the top, get to the nest, and she gets taken off. Funky Town!
Let's go.
I'm kind of surprised they were able to get away with leaving that song in, but I'm glad they were. Because it means you can play the game the same way it was intended in the arcade. Can you tell that it's Funky Town that's playing? Yeah! At the time, the lip sync version was the only one that existed, but my favorite rendition of Funky Town is, I think the group's name is Pseudo Echo. They did it back in '87, and it was more of a rock rendition. Okay, so we're through that level. Now we got to fight the witch doctors, and they make the funniest sound when you kill them. I once CC'd it once. But the level after this one is so hard. Come on. You're the last one. And then you just go over there to the base. And a helicopter takes her away this time. Now this time,
Let's go.
you have to dodge helicopter. This level is so unfair because those helicopters will change altitude at the drop of a hat, and they tend to do it when they're right in front of you. It is, but I still like it. You know, sometimes some of the really quirky games like this turned out to be some of the most fun to play. After this level, you have one more, and you're in your balloon for it. Only this time, instead of going a certain distance, you have to sucker cannons into destroying helicopters, just like the ones that are trying to knock you out of the air here. Yeah, it's you piece of garbage.
Let's go.
The collision detection is kind of forgiving in this game, but still. This level is by far the one I dislike the most in this game because the helicopters are very unpredictable. And we're through. Now for the last level, you have to avoid the helicopters and avoid cannon fire. But you have to try to get the cannon to shoot down the helicopters. Like that. Ah! Frig it. There's another game I like to show you guys too. It's one that I've kind of started getting into since I got this collection. I saw it one time in arcade form and didn't get to play it, and I've never seen it since. And that is this one right here, Munchmobile. Came out in 1983. This car, as you can see, it's got arms that come out of it. You have an 8-way joystick, a 4-way joystick to control the car, and a 2-way joystick to control the arms. Not only do you need to pick up fuel, but you can grab food, and then well, you're supposed to deposit it in the waste cans. Don't be a litter bug like I just was. You get bonus points if you drop the food into a trash can. And yes, you can even eat the fish and then deposit their bones. The money bags, as you probably expect, are extra points. And you can even find SNK headquarters in this game in the second level. Okay, now we just got to dodge a bunch of cars. And yeah, if your hand hits a bush or a tree or something, it'll wince and you can't control the hand for a while. You just got to dodge until you get to the garage at the end. This is another quirky game, but I really like it. You'll see SNK headquarters in this level. But when this came out in the US, Century released it. Century also handled the releases of a lot of the games they put out were shooting games. Games like Eagle, which was which was basically Moon Cresta under a different title. And another one of my personal favorites, Phoenix. They handled the release of that in the US. Come on. Frigate. I need... You see that S&K logo on that building? That's how you know it's supposed to be S&K HQ. You can see the little S&K logos. Ah! Trying to get the soda bottle. In Japan, this game's called Joyful Road. Oh, phew! That was close. And we are almost through the level. Yeah, true. This is definitely not Outrun, but it's a neat little concept all on its own. And we made it. The terrain really gets to be your enemy as you go further into the game. But for some reason they've screwed up the initial entry in this port. You'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. See that? It doesn't even let you see the initials. Well, I don't know. I don't think she's riding with you. Which one? So we talked about King of Fighters earlier. The one I just closed. What, Munchmobile? This game right here. This Athena right here. That's the grandmother of the one that's in King of Fighters. And you can actually fight her at the end of SVC Chaos SNK versus Capcom. Now, the one from King of Fighters isn't a game on this. And that's this one right here. No, Athena is in this game. This is the same one from... the same Athena from King of Fighters. Yep. The guy in green is indeed Kensu. And you'll notice it actually has a theme song with vocals. If you listen, you can hear the vocals. Pretty cool concept for its time. I don't think this one got a release outside Japan. I could be wrong. Yeah, you're right. I didn't make the connection somehow.
Athena, I will go over that path.
Oh, gosh.
Play more.
Yeah, so there you go. There's the first game that Athena Asamiya was ever in, as well as Kensu. I hate to say it, but the Athena game itself is not a very good game, but I'll show it to you. Because some of you may be curious to see how good it is. So this is the arcade version we're playing. She's decided she's grown tired of life as a goddess, and she wants to go into the adventure world. Here's a little piece of trivia for you. On the cover art of the PlayStation port, they actually censor the cover because Athena's wearing a bikini in it, and they drew armor on her in the PlayStation cover. But if you when you go to the titles, as the game is loading, it shows Athena in her bikini like she's originally drawn. I really want to like this game, but it makes it a little difficult to like it. Don't you kill me. Yeah, it is. Now see, this game didn't get a release in the US, but the NES version did. And I actually own a cartridge of it. And it's actually pretty on par with the arcade game. Ow, quit it. Ow, quit it. Well, we were getting a decent amount of points from those money bags. This time we'll stay on the upper area. Who said you could stab me in the back? Cool. We got a health increase there, as in our max health went up. And the game is telling us we're about dead. That voodoo, that's what's telling us that we're near death. All right, I'm gonna die. Well, I didn't do it on purpose, it just happened. Okay, folks, I think that's gonna be it for the evening. We will certainly come back to this collection in the future and take a look at some of the other games on it. But in the meantime, here's what we've got coming up in the days ahead. For Throwback Thursday tomorrow, we're going to be looking at the arcade version, the NES version of POW, Prisoner of War, which is also in this collection. And for Fisticuffs Friday, we're going to take a look at Real Bout Fatal Fury Special. And for Shmup Saturday, I'm anticipating at this time playing Gemini Wing. And then on Monday, I guess we'll find out when we get there. We may take a look at some WWE 2K Battlegrounds, which came out not too long ago. In the meantime, let's see who's on that we can raid. Let's see. Yeti should be on pretty shortly. Not sure if he's on just yet. Yes, he is. And he is playing Super Empire Strikes Back. So, oh, you mean WWE 2K Battlegrounds? Definitely not the best wrestling game I've ever played, but it's all good. It's okay. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and drop in on Mr. Yeti and see how he does at Super Empire Strikes Back. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody for watching. This is Thunder Fist 1978. Give me just a moment here. Signing off.